Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Patricia and I am all about helping aspiring entrepreneurs like you build the mindset, motivation, and strategies you need to escape the 9-to-5 grind and create the life and business of your dreams. If you have been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time, I am so happy to have you here. I am also your go-to for all things Canva. I help you simplify using the Canva platform without feeling overwhelmed. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to add perspective text in your Canva design. This is going to be a really fun tutorial. I'm going to walk you through the easy step-by-step process so you can use this on your next design project. So listen, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you like this video so I can keep making more videos like these. Hit the subscribe button, turn your notifications on so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. So now let's dive right in. So we're going to create a perspective. So just to kind of give you an idea of what we're going to create. And this is actually the design that we're going to create, right? So we're going to add some perspective, and the perspective text is that self-care, which is actually a text that we added onto here. So we're going to actually kind of use one of the apps that are available in Canva to add that to your design. And this is going to be a couple other fun elements that we're going to add. So let's go back out and let's start off with a blank canvas, right? So the first thing that we want to do is that we want to select an image that we can kind of we can see where we can place our perspective text on. So the first thing that I want to do is you're going to go to photos. The first thing that I had actually searched was a park, right? And I looked at a couple of the different park scenes where I can add like that perspective text. And of course, this was the one, this one here was the one that I selected. Now, I'm going to stretch this all the way out so it fills the screen. Okay, so now you have the background, which is actually the park. You have the walking trail here. So what I want to do to kind of make this fun, I also want to add some people actually walking. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's do walking. Let's do people walking. And you see tons of different images of people walking. I'm going to go to, and you can kind of select whichever one would suit what it is that you want to accomplish. So of course, if it's going to be people walking, you want to find people that are actually walking in a park. So I'm going to go back to photos, park, right? And let's kind of scroll down. And kind of take a look. You see different people actually walking here, which is really, really cool. I'd like to find some people that has like maybe workout outfits on, things of that nature. So it kind of makes it, the bottom line is that whenever you're creating a design, you want to be able to tell a story, right? So you want things that actually fit the scenery in which you're actually creating. Let's see if I can find the photo that I used before. So these are my recently used. Here are the ladies that I used. So this was one of the other images. Now we could add the perspective text here, but the issue that I was having is the area that I would have added it here would have been too small, as opposed to here you can fit a much larger perspective. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the ladies, but I'm not going to use the background, right? So let's remove them out of the background. So now they're here. So it looks good, but it can use some help. And I want it to look a lot more realistic. You can tell, like from this image, it seems a little bit more matte than the vibrancy of the other background image. So they're not exactly matching the way that I would like. So what I want to do is to make it look a lot more realistic. First, I'm going to enlarge them a little bit more to kind of give them more of a perspective on the trail, right? And then what I'm going to do, let's go to edit, and then let's go here to, okay, so there's some other, so kind of cooled it down a little bit. The flint made it, I'm not feeling that one. The Bali, I think that's way too bright. Okay, the Capri is giving me more realistic. So when you look at, if you look at the pants, stands out better. This is a little bit more ashy to me. The Capri actually gives me a better flow. What I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce the intensity a little bit. And if you can tell, it's giving me more of a realistic feel, like these ladies are actually on it and you see the sun actually hitting, as opposed to the original, which is this, right? So this is giving me more of the look that I want. So I'm just going to take it down a little bit. So this looks really good, and it looks like they're actually on the trail. Now, what I'm going to do, I want to give it more of a realistic feel. We've done the adjustments with the colors and the tones in the actual image of the ladies. What I want to do to make it even more realistic is, let's go here. We're going to go to shadows, right? And then we're going to do backdrop. And with backdrop, this is where I can add my shadow. So now it's giving me more of a realistic feel because I have the shadow there. So now this looks really good. I'm going to bring it up a little bit because when you add that, it does shrink the image down a little bit. Okay. This to me looks so much better. So they actually look like they're walking on the trail. What I want to do too is I want to add a little dog. And I was looking at the different dogs. Now, the angles, of course, is going to be important. So let's see how this dog sits on the actual trail. So we're going to remove the background. We're going to shrink him down. And then what we want to do again, we're going to add the backdrop. So you see the shadow for the dog as well. So that's giving it a nice little perspective. I'm going to shrink him down a little bit so he can actually be here. Or I think I'm going to move him right here. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to add the perspective text. So now that we have, this is pretty much set. Everything looks great. So now we're going to open up another page, and then we're going to do our text. So what I want to do is I'm going to make the background black because I actually want my text in white, and I'm going to do self-care. I'm going to do all caps, enlarging it all the way. I'm going to stretch it out all the way. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to download this page only with a transparent background. Okay. So let's close that. And let's download page 2, transparent background. Perfect. So now we downloaded that, we can actually delete this page because we're not going to need it anymore. But now what we're going to do, we're going to go to apps and we're going to search for transform image. And we're going to click on this one, this very first one here. We're going to upload our text file here. Okay. We're going to add it. So now shrink this down. And then we're going to kind of move it around. So we have it at -0.1. And I'm going to add it here. All right. So clearly, I need to move it a little bit more. All right, so let's delete this one. And now we're going to add it here. It's getting there, but not quite. So again, let's keep moving it around. Okay. So this one, we're going to delete, and we're going to add this one there. So with the perspective font, the perspective app, you really have to play around with it to actually get it in the direction that you want. And it's constant, it's like a constant trial and error until you get the perspective that you want. And I think we're finally getting it here. So let's shrink this down a little bit. All right, so let's go back. It's getting there, but not quite. Okay, so let's delete that. There we go. Okay. now I'm going to set this in the back. I'm going to make the little doggy a little bit bigger. And there you have it. You have your self-care there, and we can stretch this out just a little bit more. So it kind of gives you that perspective. Let's push this to the back, right? And then we're going to move the ladies over a little bit to the side. We have the dog there. You see the shadow there. And we are all set. And there you have it. That's how you just add the perspective, the transform image, and add perspective to the text in your image. And you can do that on almost any image. And the key thing is using these different elements to kind of give it more of a realistic feel. And of course, you can change the font to whatever you want. But the main part is to be able to create it on a separate page, download it with a transparent background, and then actually upload it as a file into the actual design and kind of manipulate it from there. So I hope you're going to try this actual perspective text in your next design. And if so, leave a comment at the bottom for me, like and subscribe, and check out my next video.